You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So, what'll I make you? Good?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long time. I ain't seen y'all since last year. How you doing? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tough Love Podcast. I am your host, Mario Jaye. Today we're going to talk about this. Hey, listen, I know some of y'all at work, some of y'all ain't got no job, and then some of y'all just want to hear what the hell I got to say. So no disclaimer, let's get straight into it. Are you weaponizing your words? I seen a great post. Matter of fact, I should have pulled it up before I got here. I was so excited about coming to talk to you guys again that I didn't pull it up. So let me see if I can pull it up real quick so that way that you guys can see it. And this post talked about weaponizing your words. And I thought, to me, I felt like, this was a perfect thing. Let me see here real quick. I thought it was perfect. I thought it was perfect because I felt like, let me see if I can get it back over here. You got to work with me, folks. Work with me. Okay. So let me see here if I can pull it up. So it says, be mindful of how you use your weapon. Just because you haven't killed someone physically doesn't mean you haven't caused damage. The tongue has killed more people than you think. Let me read that one more time. I thought that was a phenomenal post. I think it resonates with not only men, but also women or anybody that has been a victim of someone being somewhat verbally abusive. I think this is great. I said, be mindful of how you use your weapon. Just because you haven't killed someone physically doesn't mean you haven't caused damage. The tongue has killed more people than you think. Man, let me hurry up and get off of here. Ladies and gentlemen, how many people feel like people pride themselves on weaponizing words? How many people feel like people pride themselves on weaponizing words? Before I get into that, let me just say this real quick. There has been an abundance of craziness that happened in 2020. People lost jobs, they lost homes, they lost family members, they lost friends, they lost significant others. People have lost. They've taken this ultimate L, and now they've approached 2021 with eyes wide open. And they have a better understanding based on lessons learned. But this is what I've noticed about a lot of things that's happening that had happened in 2020. I noticed that men and women prided themselves on calling each other names. They weaponized names against each other. So whether we go through the Kevin Samuels, the Derek Jackson, Tanya TKO, Tasha Kays, whoever it is, I noticed that a lot of people got on their platforms, whether they use social media or whatever. A lot of people have weaponized words against each other. And my question to you are, I want to talk to the people that feel like weaponizing words empowers you. Hold on, I got to do this real quick for y'all. I got to do this because y'all know what it is. Y'all know I'm live. I want to talk to the people that feel like weaponizing words against other people empowers you. Hit the like button, share, bring a friend. Let's have this conversation for 2020. Let's start this tough love conversation. Y'all been missing me. I'm back. Let's go. People pride themselves on weaponizing words as if it empowers them. And my thing about it is I find it unattractive. I find it unproductive. I find it inconsiderate, and I find a certain level of weakness to it. Because my whole thing about it is, in order to tear you down, I have to call you names like hobosexual, dirty dick, community dick, dusty. I gotta call you a project chick or a ratchet chick, or I gotta put a title on you to make me feel empowered or to give me a one-up. And I want to ask you something, or what okay, have you ever had someone try to weaponize words against you, and how did they try to do it? And did you find the people that were using those words against you? Did you say, you know what, they got a point? You know what? They are better than me. They're more successful than me. They definitely have a better life than me. They're definitely more happy than me. I find that the people that use this type of verbiage or this type of weaponization, I find that they're not happy. They're not healthy, both physically, mentally, financially, spiritually. I find that these people, they lack something that you have. I find that the people that say, we talk about the women that talk about men, the men that talk about women, I find that these people lack a certain level of tenacity to live their life the best way they know how, to live their best life. I find that to live their best life, they have to put you down. They have to question your character in order for them to feel great. Oh, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. This narrative has been pushed and pushed and pushed. And I've sat back and I said, somebody's going to say something that means something. Somebody's going to say something that's going to resonate, and it's going to push the ball forward and say, you know what, maybe calling someone a name or maybe trying to dismantle a person's character, maybe that ain't the way to go. But the issue is that people have no cap. Let's talk about it. And when I say no cap, I don't mean no cap. I mean that they have no levels to the point they're willing to transition, like go over. And when you're in a situation that you can't stop yourself, you can't pause, like your common sense don't quite kick in like it should be, then you're always going to be in a situation where you're going to be left regretting stuff. And that's why I wanted to talk this. I wanted to talk to you guys today because I don't want you to go through 2021 regretting stuff. I want to either build your relationships back up, build your professional relationships back up, build your relationship with your kids back up, or just with yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, there are people running around that have no cap. And when you have no cap, you can't be successful. You can't. It is very difficult to reach a level of success when you decide that, you know what, I'm going to take it to the full out max. This is what I mean by no cap. Imagine this. I'm going to give you a scenario. Imagine having a car, a truck, Jeep, whatever you want to say, but a vehicle. And you get in your vehicle and you press the gas. Now, you never press the brakes. You never swerve. You go straight forward, right? Now, being a person with no cap, you know what? I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this with me. I'm gonna take the kids. I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna put everything that I love dearly and cherish with me in my vehicle, and I'm gonna drive forward. Now, here's the issue. There are plenty signs that caution you on why you should slow down. There are plenty things that say, hey, listen, you might want to chill. Pedestrians crossing, stop signs, stop lights. There are plenty things that say chill. There is even a sign that says cliff ahead. But you continue to press the gas moving forward. That is a dangerous situation. That is a dangerous thought process. That is a dangerous person. Let's talk about it. Who's weaponizing words? Who's weaponizing words? I've seen it time and time again, and I sit back and I watch men versus women, women versus men, and I hear all of these different narratives that people are using, and I'm like, I wonder, does this empower them? Does this make them feel good about themselves? Does this encourage you to love better, to seek more knowledge, to grow financially, to grow spiritually, to raise your children right? Like, does this encourage you? And I find, I'm gonna be honest with you, man, some people are so far gone, or they're so that like their mind is so polluted with so many negative thoughts. It's hard and difficult for them to see what right is. And if you're one of those people like myself, it's like, man, I hate for someone to say, after 6 months, oh yeah, you was right. After a year, oh yeah, you was right. Bruh, I'm the type of person is I don't want you to go through no hardship. Hey, listen, here's what it is, and here's what it ain't, or here's what it's not gonna be. I think that everybody loves to be like, I got one up on somebody. You know, I got one up on some, and a lot of people that have no cap, they use that level up on someone to be like, okay, either I'm gonna hold this over your head, or I'm gonna say something. Ricky, what's up? I'm gonna say something about you that will give me that one up, that will get me that point on the board. And my issue is that, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you forget who you dealing with. Sometimes you forget that when you choose as a lover, as a friend, as a family member, as a friend of me, as a naysayer, when you choose to start using words and weaponize them against someone else, you forget that the other person is a sleeping savage. You forget that they're a giant. You forget that they're about that life, that they're from that life. So a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people be like, okay, well, I got Disney Plus. That'll be their one up on you, right? That, you know, but what you don't understand is I can get Disney Plus in 30 minutes. I can change whatever it is you feel is the one up on me in my life like that. Now, when you continue to say you ain't got Disney Plus and you keep poking the bear, you keep poking the sleeping giant, you keep attacking the savage, what happens is the savage fights back. The savage wakes up. The savage opens the door and says, well, this. Now, some people would say no harm, no foul. You say something, I say something, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But see, here's the issue. The issue is that people take your kindness for weakness. People weaponize words, and they are so accustomed to weaponizing words. That has been a routine throughout their life. They've used it on their parents. They've used it on their friends. They've used it on their children. They use it at the workplace. They use it on every single body they know. So now, verbally attacking people, that's the way they go. That's what they know how to do. So they do that. But you got to understand that you're not when God created you and gave you the attribute to be able to use words to weaponize against people, he didn't just make you. He didn't just make you. And there is a difference when you say what a person doesn't have or a person's character that can change that in 30 minutes or overnight. There's a difference. And I think that people need to understand that when you weaponize words against someone, understand what you're weaponizing. Understand, can this person change this in the next 30 minutes to an hour? Because me personally, if you say something about my character and I know that's shenanigans, that's outrageous, that's outlandish. Okay, well, cool. I'm on it. You know, I may say something that you can't change in 30 minutes to 1 hour. I'm just saying. What I'm telling people is stop trying to hit below the belt. Stop thinking that you're empowered because you're weaponizing your words, because that's how you fight. That's your mechanism to win. And a lot of times, people, when they go so far, like you should never be in a situation, ladies and gentlemen, especially with your family, your friends, anybody that you care about. You should never be in a situation where you have no cap. No cap. You should never be in a situation where you're willing to go the distance, like you're willing to say whatever to get the win, to put the point on the board. Like, hey, I'm gonna talk about veterans, Army veterans. I'm gonna talk about, I'm going to say things that I know for a fact will deliberately hurt you, will deliberately destroy you, will deliberately take you out. That's dangerous. That's enemy conversation. That's what enemies do. That's not what people who care about you do. That's not what loved ones do. That's not what friends do. Those are frenemies, naysayers, enemies. That's what they do. So when you start displaying these attributes of no cap, well, something needs to be done about that. There's probably conversation and actions that need to happen when you start doing those things. Are you weaponizing your words? Are you a victim? Or are you the culprit? Are you the culprit? Are you the person out saying, you know what? Every time I get into an argument, I'm going to hit below the belt. I'm going to say something to you to make you feel like, you know what? You deserve this. I had a conversation and it wasn't a bad conversation, but it was a good conversation, healthy conversation. And I was talking about, weaponizing words. And it was so interesting that, I'm saying, the feedback that I was getting, because it's like a lot of times when people weaponize words, it's because they don't want you to see their imperfections, or they want to use these words as a manner to fight back, or to mask what they're going through. A lot of people going through insecurities, a lot of people going through depression, some type of stress level. And this is a way for them to keep you from seeing the real them. I don't mind a person that's insecure. I don't mind a person that's depressed. I don't mind a person that has a certain level of stress. My issue is that when you feel that you're not strong enough to deal with a situation, normally what I see is, well, I'm going to attack the people that's around me. I'm going to attack the people that's around me. I'm going to make the people around me responsible for what I can't do. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not doing something, I'm going to make you responsible for why I'm upset. I'm going to make you responsible because why I ain't doing this, or why I ain't achieved this. And I think that's where I have an issue with it. Because here's the thing. Nobody comes perfect. Everybody has a past. The thing about it is how much you're going to use that past against someone when you decide now it's time to weaponize words. Can I talk to somebody around here? If you allow yourself to be put in a predicament where I'm going to verbalize an assault, I'm going to weaponize an assault against your character. Well, my whole thing about it is you got to look at it. If this is what you do to people who try to help you, try to build you, try to friend you, try to love you, try to respect you, try to be honest with you, if this is what you do to them, who gonna trust you? Who gonna want to build with you? Who's gonna respect you? Now, see, a lot of people, like I noticed that a lot of people who are good at weaponizing words, they're also good at playing victim. So this shit go hand in hand. Like I'm going to verbally attack you, and then I'm gonna turn around and play victim on you. But this 2021, I thought we was done with that in 2020. I thought we was tired of people playing victim. I thought if it's about having a situation or a problem, you're willing to have the tough conversation. But we don't challenge people to have the tough conversation. When I say we, you and I, we don't challenge people to have the tough conversation. Before I hear about your relationship, before I hear about how disgruntled you are with your job, your kids, your man, your girlfriend, your wife, your dog, the preacher wife, whoever, before I hear about how disgruntled you are on social media, have you had the conversation? But see, here's the thing, a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't. Well, I'm a subliminal message you to death and let you figure it out. And that's cool to a certain extent. But if you are a person that says, you know what, I really don't have time for drama. I really don't have time for bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Can a person value how you move? Can a person respect how you move? I've seen so much in just the last few years of people not really knowing who they are. Like they have this facade of, you know what I'm saying, I'm tough. You know, can't nobody mess with me. And if somebody mess with me, you know, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. And you know, and it's like you talk a lot. You talk a lot. You know, but when it's time to put action towards that narrative, where's the action? And it's not even about like I'm gonna beat you up type situation, like the fighting someone. It's just about life. It's just about life. See, here's the thing about me. There's a level of self-confidence that regardless of if I have a disagreement or agreement with you or whatever, I'm still gonna remain me. Whether in a professional relationship or a personal relationship. Like I'm still going to be me. The only way I'm changing is for the better. Let me say this again for the people in the back. The only way that I'm changing is by someone showing me better. If you don't show me better, that means if you ain't about that life, if you ain't positive your damn self, if you ain't loyal your damn self, if you ain't trustworthy your damn self, there's probably nothing you're going to be able to teach me. If you're not physically fit, emotionally fit, financially fit, it's probably nothing you're going to be able to teach me. It is probably best you shut the fuck up. What's the conversation about? What's the conversation about? If there's somebody in the gym every day taking shots, trying to better themselves, fuck it, once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, but you're there. You're there in that damn basketball state and you're shooting and you're trying to better yourself. There is a difference between somebody trying versus somebody sitting on the bench trying to say what it is that you're doing. Can we talk about it? This tough love. Are you weaponizing your words? There is a difference, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're the person that's standing on that 3-point line or on that foul line and you're taking the shots, shit, you might not even be making the damn shots. You nowhere near the backboard, nowhere near the net, nowhere near the rim, but you're taking the shots. You're waking your punk ass up, putting on your gym attire, lacing up your shoes, doing your stretchers, and you lining up on that line, dribbling that ball, and you saying, you know what? I don't even know if I can make this shot, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try to open up that business. I'm going to try to get that new home. I'm going to try to get that new car. I'm going to try to start my family. I'm going to fucking try. This is my year. And can you imagine dribbling that ball and in the back of your mind, you might not make it, but you still taking your shot? You taking your shot. But you got people that would rather sit on the bench and be like, I don't think you're going to make that shot. I never saw you make that shot. I don't believe you'll make that shot. You're a fraud. You're a fraud. And whatever other names we can apply to the situation. And this is what I'm saying. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are brave enough, if you have enough energy to stand on that foul line and take the shot, whether you make the shot, you miss the shot, the fact of the matter is you are doing more than a lot of motherfuckers who choose to tell you you won't make it. Are you weaponizing your words? You're dealing with people who have no cap. Stop messing with men and women you're not prepared for. You're not ready for. I am not, listen, bro, if I don't like the gym, I don't like eating healthy, I don't like goddamn talking about traveling or what. If you don't like those types of things, don't get with somebody who do. Period. You know, if you don't like to eat cereal and watch cartoons, don't get with somebody who do. If you don't like to have spontaneous sex in the car or, goddamn it, or in church, stop getting with people who don't match your fly. Stop getting with people who don't match your fly. This is your life. Stop saying I'm living my best life under the worst conditions. I don't need nobody to hype me up. I don't need a cheerleading squad to tell me that I'm right. The proof is in the pudding, ladies and gentlemen. Because at the end of the day, here's the thing. If it's just you that remains, then it's just you. But if the common denominator, if you guys, you know, let's just say kids involved. If you guys have kids, it's really the kids. And that's a whole different another conversation. But the fact of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, start doing what's right. If you have to have a difficult conversation, have the motherfucking conversation. Work what you got to work out. Because here's what I've learned. What I've learned is there are not too many positive people that will give you sound and balanced advice on social media. Can you imagine somebody that I don't like, that I know that don't like me? I'm going to say this again. Let me slow it down. Can you imagine someone that I, Mario Jaye, don't like, don't communicate with? I don't welcome you to my home. I don't share anything with you on social media. I don't do nothing with you, not I. And then vice versa. You are an enemy. You are a naysayer. You are a frenemy. Well, just say enemy. Can you imagine them trying to give me advice about anything? Can you imagine me reaching out to them about advice about anything? Can you imagine them telling me about what I have going on in my home or with my business or with my family? Can you imagine me listening to them? See, that's how you know. That's how you know the level of a person that you're dealing with. Honestly, that's how you know, ladies and gentlemen. There are people talk about red flags a lot, but let me give you guys a clear sign. Forget a red flag. Let me give you a clear flag so you can see it's transparent. When people start telling you what they're holding over your head, it's time to go. Hello, common sense. Hello, common sense. Can I talk to you? Yeah. I'm talking real to them right now. I don't know if they're hearing me or not. They ain't hitting the like button. Are they sharing? Are they subscribing? I don't know. Okay, call me back. Call me about 10 minutes. I'm gonna be done in about 10 minutes. Okay, all right, for sure. When people start holding stuff over your head, let me tell you about 1938. Well, it's 2021. Why are we talking about 1938 for? So since 1938, we've been doing some phenomenal things. Some phenomenal things. You've been doing some phenomenal things. You guys have been building, growing, prospering, but however, let's talk about 1938 in 2021. You understand the levels of the type of people that you're dealing with. Listen, let me tell you something. There is no way in hell for you to be successful with someone that's saying, let's talk about 1938. And you focusing on 2021. Well, if that's where your mindset is 1938, then that means you're not seeing the good. That means that you're not appreciating the good. That means you're not building in 2021. You're harping on something that was already torn down and broken. There was a mindset. There was a reason for those actions. If there were actions, ladies and gentlemen, are you weaponizing words? It is very difficult to build with someone who is not totally in the fight. That means it's lopsided. It's not even. So when you start having those conversations, especially if you're the type of person that says, as soon as something happened, I need to run over here and tell somebody. And that's fine. Everybody needs to vet sometimes. The issue is that a lot of the people that you vet to, they never have the intestinal fortitude to say, now that I heard your side, let me contact the person you was talking about. Oh, shit! They never do that. They never do that. And here's the thing, you fucking cowards. Hear me and hear me well, goddammit. Start being the person that stands in the gap. Stand in the gap. Hey, whoa. I hear what you're saying, but now I got to get both sides of the story. If you want my opinion, if you want my help, before I do that, I want to hear both sides of the story. Because what I don't have time to do is waste. And I'm not going to be on no one side of the goddamn, shout out to the UK. What I'm not going to do is be on one side of the fucking thing. And I don't know what has done. I don't know what you've done. I don't know what's been said. I don't know what led up to the situation. A lot of people don't get both sides of the story. And that's the reason why we have so much turmoil between men and women. A bunch of nonsense, because when you sit people down, you find out really what's what. It's easy. It's like watching a TV show. Like, you know who's the antagonizer. You know who's the fix-it person. I'm going to talk about the fix-it person in a minute. You know who's doing what. You can see it. It's clear. There's no facade. There's no, let me play this game. No, you can't change the narrative because they get the narrative for themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to stop dealing with people who weaponize words against you, who tries to say, let me outline your character to empower myself. And I'm going to be honest with you, ladies. I got to be honest. It's tough love. A lot of women do that. A lot of women do that. Because 9 times out of 10, here's like this. If you got a bad attitude, you can't articulate, you're emotionally unstable, you're goddamn, you're a problem, you're an issue. A lot of times, you are not just the issue in that particular situation. If you look throughout your life, it's been the same problem. If I only handle situations one way, I'm gonna verbally attack you. I'm gonna verbally disrespect you. Right? If I only handle situations like that, that's the only way I know how to handle situations. And that's what you've been doing. The question is, have you been successful? Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to listen to me, because this is going to save marriages. This is going to save co-parenting. This is going to save business relationships. This is going to save someone from slicing their fucking throat. Somebody needs to say it. Has what you've been doing to handle situations, whether if it's a problem, I just take off. If it's a problem, I just verbally attack. Has it been working? I believe that you've been lacking as a role model, not only for yourself, but for the people that's been around you. And it takes someone to stand in the gap to say, is it really working? Or you just ignoring the fact that it's not working? I've been reading so many memes, so many posts about different things in regards to men and women, relationships, whether personal or professional. And a lot of things have been spot on. Some things that, I haven't chosen to share. But I'm telling you right now, it's always a good thing to find people that are willing to build. It's like, I said something. I don't know if I can find it on my thing. But I said something to the extent that if a person is willing to burn down everything that you work to build up, they were not worth building with in the first place. Can you imagine? I'm going to say this, and then I got 5 minutes, and I'm out of here. Okay. Thank y'all for rocking with me all the way from the UK. Shout out to all my supporters or whatever case it may be. But I want you guys to hear what it is that I'm about to say. Can you imagine, right? Especially back in the day when they had the homestead and all that stuff and go find property and they clear out the land and they build a home and they got their well over here and maybe a cow and a horse. And, you're taking the time to invest in something, to build a home, to build a family. And then can you imagine somebody says, well, if I'm not happy, I'm going to burn this shit down. And can you imagine that everybody inside the home sits back and they now stand outside of it and they watch the barn burn, they watch the house burn, they watch the car burn, or they watch the food or that you guys been saving up burn. Like you watch someone destroy everything because they need to be right or they have no cap. That shit is crazy. That's crazy. But what's more crazy is you don't have someone else. Because 9 times out of 10, when people go to that extreme and they do stuff like that, they don't talk to you about it. They talk to somebody else about it. And that's fine. Again, the thing about it is the people they talk to don't stand in the gap. They don't stand in the gap. What does that mean? They don't give them sound advice. They don't say, well, you are fucking too much. You're doing a little too much. Pump your brakes. Because I know you. I know you. I know you. See, and then a lot of people don't even run to people that they know. They run to people that they don't know. So that way they won't question what's happened. Ladies and gentlemen, this is more than tough love. This is a conversation that we need to have. Don't deal with people who weaponize things against you. Be with people who are loyal, who are trustworthy, who is going to respect you enough that if there is a problem, bring the problem to you in a timely fashion so you guys can handle this shit and decide what to do on a respectable level. People are dealing with more things than you know, ladies and gentlemen. And sometimes they get blindsided to the point of no return. Let me talk about the return these last 2 minutes. The return is people do things and they just hope that there is some form of redemption. They hope that there is some way they can rekindle, they can recap, they can backtrack, they can fix the problem without them saying, I apologize. I'm sorry. And sometimes it ain't no return. Sometimes it ain't no return. Some things when you burn, it's burnt. You don't always get an opportunity to correct your wrongs. You don't always get an opportunity to say, yeah, I know I shouldn't have said this, and I know I shouldn't have said that, and I shouldn't have done this, and I shouldn't have done that. My whole thing about it is you got to think about it. Does the action fit the crime? Does the words fit the crime? And a lot of times when you have those people that's willing to be, have no cap, willing to take things far and beyond or whatever, you notice that they're hurting everybody around them. If you sit back and you watch, it's like, okay, yep, I see that. Yep, I see that. It is very difficult for someone to be happy about their lives when they don't have certain things in their life. Let me say this again, ladies and gentlemen. It is very difficult for people to be happy about their lives when they don't have certain things in their life. Happiness starts with you, your individual self. If you are not happy with yourself, it is no amount of Facebook posts, Instagram posts, TikToks, Tweety Bird, whatever it is that you use. It is no amount of things that's going to get you thumbs up, likes, loves, hearts. Those things are temporary. That's why you find people who navigate towards those things. It's a constant need to revalidate. Constant need to revalidate. You have to make yourself happy. But in order to make yourself happy, you have to be healthy. You can always tell an unhealthy person. You can look at them and see that they're unhealthy. It's easy. I said I was going to say this, so let me say it. Some people get tired of being the fixers in relationships. Some people get tired of being the fixers in relationships. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are in a relationship, was in a relationship, thinking about being in a relationship, know somebody in a relationship, the fact of the matter is there is always one person in a relationship that is the fixer. That is the common denominator. That is the logical person. And if you think about it, everybody that knows about that particular relationship knows it. They know it. You're going to be the person financially to think out a problem. Whether it's with the kids, you're going to think out a problem. Whether it's living conditions, you're going to think out a problem. Business, you're going to think out a problem. A back and forth situation, you're going to think out a problem. The fact of the matter is, people get tired of being right just as much as people get tired of being wrong. That's a fact. I've never met anybody that says, I always want to be right. No, but if it falls to that esteem, then it falls to that esteem. The question is, are the people that are right, are they willing to teach you so you have a better understanding? Case in point, if you know all about how to invest in stocks and I know nothing, 9 times out of 10 when we're first starting out, you're going to be right. You're going to be right. I don't care what time of day it is. I don't care who's around. I don't care how mad I get. You're going to be right. So saying, oh, you think you always right. Well, is she? Are they? I mean, either you're right or you're not. And if it checks out that you're right, then why would I weaponize words against you? Why would I weaponize, oh, you think you always right? Let me tell you what your problem is. They have a problem because they're giving you information that may help you build yourself, that may help build your situation. Ladies and gentlemen, find somebody that you don't have to always be right with. Find someone that's willing to humble themselves enough to say, you know what you're doing is for the betterment of all, not just for yourself. There is so much deeper we could go with this conversation, but I'm going to leave you guys with this. It is 2021. A lot of you all have a New Year's resolution. A lot of you all don't. A lot of you all have transcended from a situation in regards to 2020, in regards to job loss, house loss, car loss, family loss, etc. Some type of loss. And now you're trying to regain or stabilize yourself and try to figure out your next step. Whatever you do, ladies and gentlemen, in order to become healthy, you have to have positive thinking. Not a false facade. You don't need a bunch of people cheering for you to make yourself victimized. That's not healthy. That's not positive. In order for you to be great in real life, you got to do positive stuff in real life. So I encourage you. I challenge you not only to grow, but to continue to chime into tough love. We are going to go on a journey this year. We're going to go on a journey, and you're going to see magnificent things happen, not only with this channel and myself and my life, but I'm going to watch you grow with your life and your family. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tough Love. I'm Mario Jaye. Until next time, dart up. Peace.
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So? What'll I make you? Good?